Known for his playmaking and natural scoring ability, Ryan Miller would be an offensive force on the Flames attack unit. But he had a passion for another sport growing up until a neighbor introduced him to the sport of lacrosse.
I used to play soccer when I was growing up. That was my sport. It was around 4th grade, 5th grade. And our neighbors, David and Denise Britton, ran the youth league in our area, the lacrosse league. And I didn't even really know what lacrosse was, but everyone was playing at the time because of them. And they Denise kept pressing me to play. My older brother started playing, but I didn't really want to. She eventually just gave me a lacrosse stick and said, "You don't have to play, but here's a stick. Just, see if you like it." And after that, it was kind of game over. I started throwing against the wall and pretty much went all in with lacrosse, and the rest is history, I guess.
And as Miller would grow in the sport, he would start to think about places he could play collegiately, while also focusing on getting a degree in engineering.
When I visited Liberty and I knew some of the players already, the time commitment was pretty awesome, and obviously the support from the university was unparalleled throughout the country, and even some of the NCAA teams don't get quite the support that we do. I thought it was a great fit. I could still do engineering, and the team was still really competitive. That was something that once I started at Liberty, I realized that I would have been hurting if we didn't have a competitive program, so I think it ended up being the perfect fit.
After committing to Liberty, Miller would make an immediate impact on the program, as he would help headline one of the best offensive attack units in the MCLA, the Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association.
I remember talking to a lot of the guys that had played for the last couple of years and kind of revamping the program. And I heard stories of them playing and practicing on fields that were like hills, essentially. Like one side was lopsided, the corner of the field was higher than the rest of the field. So to hear those stories and then to see where the programs come and to know that like I was a part of that and our teammates, the class that came in when I came in, it really seemed to come together. And I think that the leap that we made that year in the next couple of years was pretty significant, so it was cool to be part of.
And during his time, Miller's success on the field would lead to success for the Flames as a unit in numerous ways. He would help the program transition from Division II to Division I in the MCLA, become nationally ranked for the first time in the program's history, and for all 4 years that he played at Liberty, while also helping make the program's first national tournament appearance. Miller would also win numerous All-Conference and All-American awards, while also helping the class of 2016 have a perfect record during their time playing at LU, the only class to do so.
When people ask, whenever I talk about Liberty, like whenever I think about it, the thing that comes to mind is just the experience with the guys, like the camaraderie, the brotherhood. We were a very close-knit group. We went all 4 years very close, and obviously to not lose at home was, I didn't even really realize that we had that streak going until our senior year when they started talking about it. And when I think about it, it's pretty incredible, like to go that long at home without losing a game. And we played some good teams at home for sure. I don't think you're gonna see that a lot anywhere else in the country.
After Miller finished playing for Liberty, he would set out and put his degree to work, becoming an engineer, but would eventually make his way back to help the Flames, this time as a coach.
I'm working for the State Department as a project manager. We send teams out and do preventive maintenance and stuff. When Kyle asked me to help out, I jumped at the opportunity. It's something that I've always thought about, and even towards the end of my playing career, I started thinking about the coaching route, and it was always something that even when I was a player, I felt like I had a pretty high lacrosse IQ, and a lot of times I looked at the game a little differently. I think a lot of that was because of my size when I was growing up. I do remember growing up, me and my brothers would always, Saturdays watch all the NCAA lacrosse games. And I think I learned a lot from watching those games, and it's been really cool to kind of implement some of those ideas and that kind of thing as a coach.
For being one of the top players in program history and in the nation while he played, it was only natural that the program's all-time leading scorer would be inducted into the Club Sports Hall of Fame.
I think the first I heard about it was Kurt Tobias got inducted. He was one of my attack line mates. I don't think there's anyone more deserving of that award. I think back then they started talking about it to me, And it was kind of crazy to me that we even had a Hall of Fame for the club sports. And again, it just goes back to the support that the university gives and the club sports program gives. Just crazy professionalism. I mean, you look at this locker room that we're in, and it's like that you get that much support and funding from the school. And you've seen the success of that support. I mean, the club sports program has grown so much, and all these different teams are having all kinds of success. And I think it's just a really cool thing to be a part of. I think the idea that we went from a program playing on really rough grass fields that have tape or string as sidelines, and barely even putting together a team to a national contender that can have influence across the country is pretty cool. And I know, at the end of every game, we invite the other teams to pray with us, and it's cool to see the impact that I think that has. I think a lot of teams come in, especially to our home games, with an idea of what Liberty is and who we are as people, and I think a lot of times they leave with a different impression based on the way our players hold themselves, with the coaches and the fans, and everyone involved in the school and program, and that's been pretty cool. And now our games are on ESPN Plus, which is just another way to reach hundreds of thousands of people. So again, it's just one of those things. I keep saying it like it's crazy to be a part of, and I've loved every second of it.